Traditional landscape cinematography is a logistical marathon. Professional crews often spend weeks traversing thousands of miles, transporting heavy equipment across borders, simply to secure a single hour of specific environmental contrast. Lonavala concentrates these diverse environments into a high-density Sayajwi studio, a geographic anomaly where the proximity of assets dictates the production pace. Within this tight 30-kilometer radius, the landscape offers a dense concentration of serene lakes, massive waterfalls, 2,000-year-old structures, and plunging vertical cliffs. This geography creates a unique microclimate. Throughout the day, the shifting interaction between light and weather provides a complete, predictable spectrum of cinematic conditions. Between 6 and 9 a.m., the Hidden Valley Lakes, particularly Pavna Lake, provide the first critical tool for the cinematographer: natural diffusion. The morning mist and low sun angles scatter incoming light. This scientific diffusion eliminates harsh shadows, providing an even, soft illumination perfectly suited for portraiture and for capturing pristine reflections on the still water. The acoustic profile is equally controlled. With thermal winds yet to develop, the environment is silent enough to isolate the subtle sounds of water lapping the shore and local wildlife waking up. This temporary stillness effectively turns the valley into a massive natural softbox. It provides a neutral, emotionally calm slate for filmmakers before the intense thermal dynamics of the day begin to take hold. By midday, the sun moves directly overhead, and the optimal shooting location shifts upward to the 1,033-meter elevation of Lonavala Fort. The direct light introduces our next two cinematic tools: directional lighting and textural surfaces. The sun strikes the 2,000-year-old Maratha basalt rock, aggressively stripping away the soft morning gradients. In visual composition, leading lines are structural pathways used to guide a viewer's eye toward a specific focal point. At Lonavala, the historical architecture performs this function automatically. The curved stone fortifications naturally carve a path through the foreground, pulling attention straight to the flat-topped mountain ranges in the distance. Moving laterally along the vast mountain range, ancient cave systems provide a completely different tool: deep, natural framing. At sites like the Karla Caves, the massive scale of the rock-cut entrances intercepts the harsh daylight, forcing narrow, directional shafts of light into the dark, ornate interiors. During the monsoon season, low-pressure systems push heavy rain onto these structures. Waterfalls pour directly off the jagged overhangs, injecting dynamic motion into otherwise static historical sets. The acoustics of midday reflect this harsh visual texture. The crunch of boots echoes sharply off dry stone, and intense thermal winds funnel aggressively through structures like the massive Maha Darwaja gateways. The transition from morning to noon entirely removes the visual softness. The brutal overhead sunlight exposes the raw grain of ancient stone, giving flat walls distinct three-dimensional depth. As the afternoon progresses into the 5 to 6:30 p.m. window, the ideal locations shift to the 650-meter vertical drops at Tiger Point and Khandala's shooting point. These specific cliffs established a cinematic archetype. While the blockbuster Sholay used similar rocky terrain in Karnataka, Khandala's shooting point became the local standard for capturing a robber's cave aesthetic, hosting sequences for films like Sarfarosh. This extreme altitude perfectly intercepts the descending sun. The deep valleys divide the fading light, creating multi-layered visual planes that stack dark silhouettes against an orange horizon. In the monsoon, low-pressure systems physically drag heavy white fog directly across the cliff edges, rapidly obscuring and revealing the dark peaks. This weather pattern also triggers massive water flow. Slender, powerful waterfalls drop vertically against the dark cliff walls, creating towering vertical backdrops. The acoustic environment matches the visual scale. The roar of valley winds sweeps up the cliff faces, completely replacing all localized sound. The combination of high altitude and a low-angle sun creates an environment defined by pure, high-contrast drama. The lighting forces creators to rely on extreme wide angles and stark silhouettes to capture the sheer scale of the drop. By utilizing natural diffusion, directional lighting, and textural surfaces, a filmmaker can generate a specific cinematic atmosphere. The Sayatri microclimate compresses these variables into a highly predictable 24-hour cycle, making them accessible to any creator on a daily basis. Basic footage records the physical geography of a place. Masterful cinematography captures the temporary atmospheric conditions acting upon that place. By observing the cinematographer's clock, the predictable rhythm of light and weather, a creator shifts from simply recording a location to capturing a specific temporary atmosphere.